to insert hyperlinks into a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. Now we do have our example page open here. This just shows 5 of the most common types of hyperlinks that you may end up inserting into a document, or in our case, a presentation. The first is what I consider the automatic link. This is what happens when PowerPoint sees you typing in a hyperlink and then it realizes that it'll be needing to go somewhere. So you notice as soon as I hit the space bar, this entire section changed color and became underlined. This is indicative of it becoming a hyperlink. The next way to insert a hyperlink is to select a specific group of text inside of a sentence. Now this can be as few or many characters or words as you like. So we could do just the letter T, but in our case we'll do the whole word sentence. Start by double-clicking the word and then right-clicking and going down to where it says hyperlink. This will open up a pop-up box that gives you the option to insert the link from an existing file or web page, a location in the document, to create a new document, or to send it to an email address. In our case, we're going to be using our Presenter Media website. Click OK, and notice how this text also becomes a different color and is underlined. To do the box in its entirety, make sure that the lines around the box are not dashed, but rather it's a solid box. The steps will be the same. Right-clicking and going to hyperlink. Now, for our shapes, what I'll be showing you is how to go to the previous and the next slide. This is a little bit different form of hyperlink. You can do this with any sort of font that you would like or any sort of text that you would like. In our case, I'm just going to be showing it with these arrows though. Right-click and go down to hyperlink. Now, instead of telling it to go to a web page, we're going to tell it to go to a place in the document, and then scroll up to where it says previous slide. Click OK, and then on the second shape that we have, we're going to tell it to advance to the next slide. And finally, we have our pictures. The hyperlink that I'll be showing you how to insert in this will actually be the ability to go back to the very first slide of the presentation or to the very last slide of the presentation. Now notice how we do have these two options, and it shows you a preview for what it'll actually be showing. Let's go ahead and play this one page in our presentation. Now you'll notice that when we click presentermedia.com, it'll pull up our website here. The same as when we select on the word sentence, and again when we select that text box. Now notice we have 3 tabs up here. Each one does open a new tab. Next, we can select shapes. We can go to the previous page, which is the first slide in the presentation, and we can select next, which will be the next slide in the presentation. Finally, we can click on where we put our hyperlink on pictures, and it will take us all the way to the very last slide in this presentation. Now, if you're wondering a little bit more on how to navigate inside of PowerPoint, we did actually build this entire tutorial, which is going to be interactive and text-based, so you'll actually be able to do this on your own. I'll include the download as well as a PDF of what we did. What I would like to show you before we go is the hyperlinking in a document to make it look like a web page. Now, what we have here are 4 links inside of one slide. If you click on any of these links, it'll take you to the appropriate slide. But what we've done is added a link to take you back to the very first slide of the presentation and to the list. The list is the original 4 links that we have. Now notice that you can go back and forth between all of these, and this is really giving you a high level of interactivity. So if you are using this with students or you are working towards a self-taught course, this is a great option for you, for people to be able to click through almost like chapters of a book. Speaking of chapters, let's go ahead and open up the PDF that we made with this tutorial. Let me just go ahead and get the PDF shrunk down to size here for you. Alright, now you can see we do have hyperlinks in PowerPoint. Now keep in mind, this is a PDF document, and again, this will also be available for you to download. Now you can't click here to see the trigger effect like you could when we were actually playing the presentation, but something that is interesting is that the hyperlinks work. So you can click allow on the hyperlinks and it'll send it right out to the web. And if you're wondering, well, it works for the hyperlinks going out to the internet, but does it work inside of the document itself? You can see that we have the ability to go forward and backward, just like we did in the full presentation. Alright, that's been a little bit about hyperlinks in PowerPoint. If you have any other questions or you would like to see any specific presentations or any specific tutorials, feel free to send us an email at support@presentermedia.com or just go ahead and click on the contact link on our website. Again, my name is Kara Jones with Presenter Media. Thanks for watching.